Welcome to the Leadership and Readership Hour. I am your host, NikiMarie. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to this live stream on YouTube under Kid Enlightenment HQ. You can also listen to this podcast on iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Welcome to the Art Edition. Today's guest is Roosevelt Taylor. Everyone knows him as Black Rose. You can follow him on Instagram at Taking Harlem Forever. So let's get into this conversation about art, but first start with life.
Oh man, on what aspect? What
Where were
aspect?
you born?
Oh well, originally from Harlem, Grand Projects, 125th and Broadway.
Nice.
Um, Family was rooted there. We still own a church in Harlem. St. James Community Church. We still there. You know, just Harlem all
Harlem,
day.
Harlem. Have
Right.
you ever left Harlem?
As far as to live,
Yeah,
I've lived in other boroughs, but it
but
doesn't work. It doesn't work as well. It
right,
doesn't work as well.
Harlem is where the heart is,
Right.
right?
Right.
Well, I lived in Harlem from birth. I was born in Harlem Hospital, and then I left when I was 10. But I never really got to see Harlem evolve as someone who has lived here in Harlem the whole time, from young to however old you are now.
Right.
How has it changed for you
Well,
in
I'm
your in your
saying
in your opinion?
Well, for me, I'm saying it's change. With the gentrification, as far as like all the people, as they would call them, the colonizers. But I don't want to start
Mm.
nothing. But what it is they were able to move the weak out of Harlem.
Mm.
All of the strong still remains because the
Interesting.
strong, all they did was just they switched up. All right, so y'all gonna bring this here? Okay, cool. I'm gonna adapt. I'm gonna be able to know how to work it. I'm gonna move it, and then I'm gonna float right in, and I'm gonna get what I need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
So
it's different.
so I went to PS 154. What school did you go to?
Oh man, PS36, 125, 195, art and design.
Nice.
We lit, we lit.
Yeah. I was watching I was actually looking at something, I was reading something about performing arts. And I don't know if you feel this way, but some people think that you have to focus more on academics and less on art. So there's no balance. I don't know if you
When they
feel
say
that
that, they
way.
just don't like the creativity of the person. The fact of the matter is, nobody can just be straight by the book, straight, statistics 101, 1+1 is 2. Nah, that's not how it works when you're dealing with an individual that has talent, whether it's cooking, dance, poetry, music. It don't work like that.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Um, a lot of it is creativity is a dangerous thing
Mm,
because an individual who's creative is actually a free thinker. You understand what I'm saying? He could literally take himself out of uh, the present realm of the world. Like, you're sitting in class and you're like, you know what? All right, I'm about to start drawing. And from that moment, I've already left the building.
mm,
You understand, whether it's a pencil drawing or pen and ink, even a little doodle, you know what I'm saying? It's just the mental has already left the building. Like,
yeah.
I'm gone.
Yeah. When did you actually pick up a pencil or a pen and feel like this is
Oh,
what I have to do? I
well,
have
it
to.
wasn't like that in the
Yeah.
beginning. It was
Well,
more
tell us the
so
story.
like Grandma Love, in the crib. Grandma Love, showed me some stick drawings, like the boxcar buggy, like, the first cars that were ever, with the spoke tires and the long steering wheel with the dude with the top hat. So I used to draw that. And then, the little B-boys. And, once they got to school and, the little structure, the little art classes and, stuff like that. Bob Ross was my guy.
Nice.
PBS Channel 13 used to mimic him, but my paint set wouldn't do what he was doing.
Mm.
It was like, okay, this is not it. This is not going to work. So, um,
I felt like he was taking us on some type of journey,
right.
just watching him,
Yep.
right?
He smoked a lot of weed too.
Oh my God.
hmm
So,
But what it was for me, there was a point in my life when I was like in isolation. So I went to a vocational school, and literally this little Oriental lady, Miss Gallo, put me on to like the hustle, how to tap into the true art form, on every level, you know what I'm saying? So like with that, like that's what I'm moving with right now.
Yeah, yeah. You got a
Yeah.
lot of stuff going on too, right?
Yeah, man, it's a lot. It's a lot. When you artistic, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get involved. You can get involved in a lot of different things. Because of your artistic vision. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And the most part is like people who aren't or don't have the artistic vision, like that could cut your vision short all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's why the artists, oh, I'm a struggling artist,
Mhm.
because you can't work with many people if they don't understand the vision. You can't work with them.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Even if this individual is a person with money that's looking to invest, but if y'all can't meet on the same level to make some money, then it's never gonna happen.
right.
So
Where does the nickname Black Rose come from?
oh man, when I was a kid, people couldn't, like, when you're a kid, people don't pronounce your name right. So, kids is missing teeth. Yo, Rosabelle, you know. So it's like, from there it went uh Rosa B. And
Rosa
then
B.
then I switched it. I'm just like, yo, I'm gonna just go with Black Rose. Black Rose is symbolic. Black roses are actually, they're real. They're a real flower. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It takes a long time to grow. You have to crossbreed. This isn't a dyed situation. Like the flowers aren't dead. No, it's a real rose. It's just that the colors are so dark and intense.
Mm,
Like they have black, crimson, red roses. They have dark blackish purple roses, like those are the black roses. Those are the traditional black roses. When you get roses like that, they cost buku dollars. They
yeah.
cost a lot of money to just to get a little dozen, because they're so rare.
Mm,
So it means death to old habits,
wow.
to be reborn.
Mm,
So
that's
that's
basically how you feel.
right. After everything that a brother has been through, you know in life, what
Yeah.
have you.
Wow. That's crazy. Well, taking it back to Harlem, what would you like to see in Harlem that isn't in Harlem now?
Oh man, that's a crazy long list. But
Let's
right now,
start with the baby stuff.
all right. Well, first of all, is like I like all the quote unquote initiative programs that but they're not truly the program, because you're not reaching out to the individuals who are in the neighborhood. Yeah, I get it. You get some investors and they're willing to start a program, but you haven't came and sat down with the individuals in the neighborhood to see what it is that they would like, or what it is that they would want. You understand what I'm saying? So that we can then have a productive, flourishing program where the program's not struggling, and then the next year is like, yo, listen, the program was a fizzle, so we're going to cut the budget and we're not going to do it again.
Right.
You understand? So that's like the biggest thing. And then you have many artists in Harlem, on all different levels, music, dance, the whole nine. And there's no outlets. There's no after school programs that like are free. You understand what I'm saying? Like with a good budget, like to really do like shows and different performances and all that. Whereas a selective group of individuals, oh, we could get it done, and then they only do it with like 10 people, and then it's like, like, what is that? That's not really benefiting Harlem. You know what I'm saying? And Harlem holds some of the illest culture on the planet.
Yeah,
Like I
that's
don't,
true.
like from art, music, a lot of the things that people enjoy, from food, all that is here. It resonated here first.
That's true.
So
How does it make you feel when you see people with the things that you've created?
well,
Like you did some artwork for Dapper Dan. How does that make you feel like someone is actually looking at your artwork and they're like, "Yo, wow." Like did you see yourself like in this position right now? Like did you think long term like
nah, when
I'm
I
going to be
was
the
when I
illest master painter?
Nah, when I first started drawing, I wanted to do architecture, but I don't like math, so that's not gonna work for me.
Okay.
So that didn't work. But the thing is, though, mathematics is within my eyes. So like I could look at a
Mm.
wall, I literally can measure a wall and no measuring tape and give you a almost accurate guess of how big this wall is, how tall the wall is. And it's like, so seeing people with the art now is dope.
Mhm.
Can't lie. Some people are undeserving. You understand what I'm saying? And that's more so on the approach of buying the art.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? But when it's genuinely, someone purchasing for the love, or it's a gift, or it's uh, a bereavement photo. Like I do a lot of those. You know what I'm saying? So like those are like the touching moments when they get the photo and the photo is them, and it has a piece of who they lost,
Mm.
or whatever the case may be. But
It's kind of it's kind of like when I see people getting tattoos of
right,
certain people that may have passed away.
right.
It's kind of like the same in
It
a
brings a
way.
calming
Yeah.
peace to them, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But then you got the individuals who, they tell you the story, how much the photo means to them. And if you can paint it, and then when, you're like, listen, it's gonna cost you this much money, and it's like, oh, but I thought, and no, it's not you thought anything.
Mm.
Like, and I keep it honest. Listen, if you're gonna spend $1,000 on a Louis Vuitton belt
Talk
and then
about it.
come see me, and like I tell you the painting is $500 and you like, oh, that's too much.
Talk
How is
about
that
it.
too much? Fact of the matter, the painting will last longer than the belt.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? The painting will last longer than the shoes you just brought.
Mm.
You understand? This is now an heirloom that you can literally, if it's of the right person in your family, this
Right.
can be passed on, from
Generation after
right.
generation.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because, you got other, ethnic groups who do that. Like the whole family opposed for the joint. Yeah, we rich. All right. So whoever, when Mama Love and Papa died, yo, listen, I want the painting.
Mm.
That's the painting from when we were young. It's it's worth something, what I mean, not just in monetary value,
Right.
but what I'm saying, for the family, because it gives a historical viewpoint of the family,
Yeah.
so that's like my biggest thing, what I'm saying. I just had an incident dealing with a client, and client dead seriously, like the whole project would have cost him like maybe like $8,000. But instead, he wants to lowball the job. He wants to pay 3 grand, and I'm like, yo, bro, that's not even gonna cover the job. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to understand that supplies and what you're asking me to do, nah, that don't add up. It
Right.
don't add up. Oh, but I thought, yeah, we friends, but business is business.
Mm.
You understand? Like, I don't care. I come into your establishment, I spend my money. That's business. I don't come in here, yo, look, oh, the Hennessy is $14. Yo, I'm gonna
Yeah,
give you
that's how we
$2
are. Yeah.
and keep it moving. No, it doesn't work like that. You understand? So, and trying to explain to him, like, yo, listen, man, it's bigger than just you paying the money.
Yeah.
Like, I literally have a fan base. I have a following. Like, they're gonna see that, they're gonna want to come just to see the work before they even buy any food.
Right.
You understand? But he found somebody who's gonna do it for $2,500. I don't know how they're gonna do that. But hey, man, you know what I'm saying? It is what it
So
is.
so two things resonated with me when you said that, right? So I'm thinking about the friendship deal because I know you. Then there's the you get what you pay for.
Right.
So he might not be happy once that person is done.
Oh yeah, I anticipate that.
And then he'll call you to fix it.
Nope. I've had that
But
happen.
now it's
I've
done,
had that
right?
happen, and
Yeah.
they've actually, people don't even get it. Like when you're an artist, like especially being a master painter like myself, like I'm familiar with every genre of art, every style, the mediums, how to achieve it. You understand what I'm saying? When you're talking about that level of knowledge
Mm.
for what you want. You understand? Then my time frame, when I come to work, like, yo, I come to work. Like, listen, man, I'm trying to get this done because I want my check. I want
Right.
to get my bread and I want to go. You understand? It's not about lollygagging. I don't get paid by the hour. Other artists, yeah, they can do it by the hour. But no client really wants to hire you when they
Right.
figure out, all right, $500 an hour. Okay, the estimated time frame for you to do
Mm.
this job. Oh, you're gonna work 8 hours a day. Oh, $500. No, that's too much. Right, the first day. Nah, that's too much. That's too much. That's no, we're not gonna do that. I one of my clients, for an establishment on Lenox Avenue, they had that issue. They didn't want to, like, one of the partners didn't want to use me. So they chose another person that they had, and that dude came in. He worked like 3 days, and like he put up like 3 words, and they had to pay him like 4 grand.
Wow.
Like he burnt it down like hourly wage. He burnt it down. He
Wow.
ran a budget out. So they had to call me, and like, the other owner, like, me and him cool. So, I could hear it in his voice, like, he's like, "Hey Rose, how you doing, man? Yo, man, I was wondering, yo, man, can you stop by the restaurant today? And, I need to talk to you." So, I already knew what it was. So, I pulled up. I'm like, "Yeah, man, I got you, man. Don't worry." So I literally sold them each piece of art separately. Instead of
Mm,
you getting the whole package, now you got to pay separately for each
right.
piece. You understand?
Wow.
So the funny thing, the budget that I had, their project, they would have did better if they'd chose me first. They'd have came out cheaper. See what I'm saying? Because they
That's
would have had a
crazy.
bulk deal instead of getting it one by one.
Right.
Because dude messed up. So now it's like, all right, we need this here, we need this here, this. All right, cool, 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 cool. Everything is a different price.
How does someone become a master painter?
A lot of work.
Because, I paint,
It's a lot of work.
but I squish things around. So is that master painter?
Well, I'm saying if you want to consider it, like, because you have, that sounds more like abstract expressionistic when you're dealing with the
Mm,
colors, and it's all about how you shape the colors, which colors you use. Some of the colors can't blend too much because
right.
it's intake. When people look at, you know, if it's not portraiture or silhouettes or something like that, when a person looks at art on in that form, it invokes, different, things within inside them. So if you don't do it right, like they don't know, nah, I don't like that. Cause they done got, it's emotions now. Like I don't
Right.
like that. Those colors together don't work
Yeah.
for me. So I don't like that. Then you might find someone else who looks at, well, yeah, I like that. Because the colors are doing something different for them.
For them,
You
right.
understand what I'm
Visually.
saying?
Yeah.
So, and like I've worked, many different places. I've worked with individuals that have mental, physical situations, and even dealing with those individuals in their classes, like, my budget was like garbage. So like I put together this little project, and it was like a third grade project, like abstract butterflies.
Hmm.
So you take the construction paper, you fold it in half, and then you put your colors, whichever colors on either side, whatever,
Right.
and then you close it, and then you rub it, and then you open it back up, and then wherever the colors are, you get this design that mimics a butterfly.
Wow.
So it's like to see them with the colors that they like, because it's not just giving them all the colors that they see.
Right.
What colors do you like?
Mm,
So when they put the colors together that they like, and they can create something, you understand, that their mind can understand.
right.
You understand, it releases a lot more endorphins, which are the feel good senses.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which could, it actually does help, their day, because a lot of them may be uptight, they're on medication,
Right.
it's messing with their natural thought
Yeah.
process, the whole nine. So,
When did you fall in love with art? You remember how old you were?
yeah, I was like 11. I was watching Bob Ross. That was my guy.
Okay.
I used to watch Bob Ross every day after school. That
But
was my
you,
dude.
but like to actually fall in love and say that this is your passion. You were
Mm,
11.
yeah, I
He's
was
like,
lit. I
this
was
is it.
lit.
I'm gonna be like Bob.
But the only thing with that, growing up in Harlem, there was other things, what I mean,
uh,
in the mix.
right.
So, the love was there. It was just like a relationship. She was being neglected.
Mm,
So, when the brother had a moment to sit and, get it together, it's like, all right, let me do this. 2008, I took up my first little degree for business, so I could learn how to maneuver. I had my first art exhibit in like 2009 or 10. It's a good joint, made like 7 grand. So it was like, it's more so, the love is there, but the hustle got to be there.
right.
The love is there. You can love somebody, and then no motivation is never
Right.
there.
It's kind of
So
like
it's
a
like,
just a flat
right.
type of
So you
thing.
got to give it a pulse. You got to
Yeah.
give it a pulse. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we was at with that.
Nice.
You know
Nice.
what I'm saying?
You got to teach some art classes.
Nah, I do. I'm right now. Oh man, I'm working on so much, but it's like I find out more and more that there's behind this stuff, like when it comes to trying to teach kids, because you got so many entities that are making money off of prison, making money
Mm,
off of detention, making money off of disciplinary situations, whereas or making money off of lack of educating.
mm,
You understand what I'm saying? Or miseducating. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So it's like, there's programs, you apply for the grants. Like I'm gonna tell you about this one. I ain't gonna say no names, no organizational names, but I went in for the program. The program is supposed to help young individuals stay out of trouble and help them find or create a way to have a job.
Mm,
So I listened to all these different entities. They had a poetry class, they had a knitting something, crochet class or something, and then they had another art program. But none of the programs, at the end of everything they said they were going to do, nobody could tell me how these kids were going to get a job. What's the marketing strategy for what you just taught
hey,
them? How are
yeah,
they going to take that
yeah,
into the street and turn that into some money?
yeah.
How now poetry, don't get me wrong, poetry is dope. You understand what I'm saying? But that's not a job for a young person who has no money and
Right.
no outlet for no bread. Yeah,
Or
you
they'll
could
be a
write your
struggling artist.
right, you could write your feelings out all
Right,
day. Cool.
right.
But what you gonna do in the meantime?
Mm.
You gonna find yourself, I'm writing, I'm starving today. I haven't eaten in weeks. No, that's not, what I'm
Right,
saying? That's not what it is.
right.
And like, the program when I went up there, I gave my spiel and I'm like, listen, sign painters, traditional hand sign painters are actually making more money now than the graphic dudes that make the signs
Mm,
because you have more boutique spots that are opening up and they don't want traditional graphics. No, I want you to come in. I want you to paint the name of my spot on
right.
the joint. Yo, I want some artwork. I want some stuff on the window. Yeah, that is a solid profession. You
Mm,
have stage painters that do, off Broadway plays, the whole scenes and all that. That's another profession, straight money.
wow.
Every single job is union based. You go right downtown, you take the little art test, become a member of the union, pay your little dues,
Wow.
you understand? And it's lit.
Yeah.
But if that's not, and my thing is, when they didn't choose me after telling me, oh, we're going to deal with you, we want you, and then they didn't choose me, and then I found out they gave the money to the same person they did the year before,
Wow.
okay, cool, I get it. Politics.
Yeah.
Politics. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
crazy.
And my thing is this: you don't even get no money out of it. It's only
Yeah.
like $1,500. They give you it's 15,000, and you get 1,500.
Hmm.
That's what you get. The rest of that has to be utilized for the program.
Right.
Metro cards, little outings, snacks, and what have you. Supplies for whatever you're gonna do. Yeah. But my thing was a self-contained. All they had, if I would have got that one $15,000, it'd have been a wrap. I only needed 5 students. All I needed was 5 students. If
Mm,
that's all that would have came, 5 students, I'd have turned them into painters, graphite artists, fashion illustrators. Yeah, we'd have turned all that into an art gallery exhibit.
right.
We invite all the higher ups from the program.
Mm,
Boom. We invite the community. Now we're going to sell all of it. Once we
right.
sell it all, they get their
You get that.
PC. Now we got
Right.
the PC
Right.
to self contain ourselves. Now
Right.
we don't have to come back to you and ask you for any money.
Exactly.
Now you could give it to another program that's truly deserving.
Some people don't look at the big picture in that way. So I think sometimes you have to kind of express it if you didn't. If you did and they didn't take it, it's their loss.
Yeah, it's always they lost. You know what I'm
But
saying?
what is your ultimate goal with painting?
Well, truthfully, right now, it's about getting the artwork in the right places first. Creating this art program that can actually, help more than just Harlem, you know, all the kids that's out there that's drawing that have no outlet. You understand? That
Yeah.
are drawing on note paper. Like they
Hmm.
nice. They know mama loving them ain't got no money for no art book. But my little black and white notebook with the
Yeah.
lines on it is lit. I got all type of drawings in there. But you know what I'm saying? It's giving an outlet. It's no more outlets like that. Or it's
Yeah.
some type of gimmick. Yo, you gotta, your parents don't even have the bread, but yo, you gotta give up $100 every month.
Yeah.
Can't do that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's not even in the budget. When I grew up in Harlem, we had Riverside, Morningside, we had Minnesink, we had Stone Gym, we had all these different outlets. Yeah, it was mostly sports and games, but we had a place to do our homework.
Right.
If I wanted to sit in there and draw something, they had markers for me. You understand what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
had they had different things for me. You understand? Different amenities. But now these programs, they don't none of that.
They're cutting them.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like they cut the arts
They
first.
have to. We can control you more if you don't have a free mind.
Mm.
If we don't expose you to anything other than what we want to give you, think about it. Every time that you was in school, the art teacher was the most different person
Yeah.
in the whole building. You
Yeah.
know why? Because they didn't live by everybody else had a standard. Math teacher, they're literally 1 + 1 = 2. Social
Right.
studies, yo, listen, man, facts, 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 facts.
Hmm.
Everybody has their way of living, their way of thoughts. But the art teachers or the dance teachers, nah, they didn't live by
Mm.
that same mantra. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Their minds were more open to more things. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like. So
Wow.
now it's like we want mannequins, robots.
Hmm.
Everybody got to be the same.
Everybody pushing paper. Not that
Everybody
kind of
got to be the
paper, but
same.
you know.
Right. No, right. They
Wow.
actually have a
That's
meme. It's
crazy.
actually a meme on Instagram where right before graduation, like it's like a whole conveyor belt of people. Right before they put the cap on their head, they got the light bulb. You know, the light bulb is your creativeness, your ideas, and all that. They smash the light bulb,
Oh,
bing, and then put the cap on your head and sing you out the door.
what?
Yes.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. That's when I find it, I'll send it to you. But that's literally to crush your ideas. No
Wow.
ideas, no, you can't be a visionary. Now we want you to follow the line.
Yeah.
Follow the line.
Well, okay. So, last question. Well, first tell everyone where they can follow you on social media because I think you got like 4 other pages or
Yeah,
something
yeah, yeah.
going
That's
on.
all promotional, man. You never
I,
can be
I'm
too
I'm
careful
like I
with
I'm like
Instagram
which one do I follow?
because they'll delete your page one day if something on there they ain't like. So,
Right. Or
gotta
somebody
have
reporting you
right.
for some.
Gotta have a backup. So you can follow my personal page is Taking Harlem Back, TAKING, um Harlem Back, no underscores, no nothing. The art page is Soul Artistic Trends, SoulArtisticTrends. Yeah, you can literally Niji magazine, NIJI magazine, meet Roosevelt BlackRose Taylor. That's a article that just came out not too long ago. Just a little something to just tell you about the art and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Mm,
because you got a lot of stuff. I
yeah.
saw something about Playboy.
Oh yeah, my little membership. Shout out to the Playboy Club though. They
You don't even
good
want to talk
peoples.
about it.
I'm saying, nah, it's cool. We can talk about it. What you want to talk about?
I
Nah.
was just trying to figure out how you get that.
Oh man, I can't even tell you that. Man. Tell them come see me. Come see me round back, man. I tell you how we do that there. You know what I'm saying?
How do you connect with so many people like community leaders and other people that you've been affiliated with that I've seen on Instagram?
Well, honestly, I'm a real cat, man. Listen, like regardless of the dynamic change of Harlem, like, if you from Harlem, nothing could ever be hard for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Harlem, they throw a lot of different parties, it's a
Hmm.
lot of movies. But if you're from Harlem, you should be able to know how to, finagle and,
Right.
work your way in there. And, like I'm not the average, I'm not always out there in jeans and sneakers. So, it's like a part to
I
play.
see you
It's
with your
a
little swag
right.
going on, little
It's
suit.
Harlem has always been about swag. You understand? So you gotta have a swag. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was at the Godfather Harlem premiere, which was dope,
I
mad.
wasn't even invited.
Listen, my invite was last minute. I took it how I went. I wasn't even
Yo, let me
dressed.
invite Nikki real quick.
I wasn't even dressed. Like, and the funny thing about it, when it comes to, this lifestyle, the arts, the social atmosphere, you literally have to have, more than one side. You got to be comfortable with yourself, whatever it is that you have on at that moment. Don't matter. It could be a million millionaires in the room and you got on a t-shirt and jeans and they got on suits. You need to make it work.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because it truly ain't about the clothes, it's about the person in them. So
Mm.
you make that work, you know what I'm saying, and let them know, yo, I still got the confidence. I'm still, I'm still me. Let me come in, come in the corner. Let me talk to you for a minute.
Right.
Let me tell
Right.
you what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because people, think, oh, he's not dressed accordingly, or he's not, conform to what everyone. Nah, because there's rich people that don't even do that. They don't even wear
That's
suits. Like,
true.
yo, I got a
That's
billion
true.
dollars in the bank. I don't wear suits.
That's true.
This is my money talk. So, your personality has to do it all. You understand what I'm saying? And if you have something that is so unique, the world's gonna want it. It's just they're gonna want it at different times. You're gonna have your haters. That's how you know you're doing good. So if you ain't got no haters, then you all off. You understand what I'm saying? Haters let you know that you're doing what you're doing right. You understand? Because the person who's not putting in any work shouldn't have any words.
Mm.
You can't have any words on anything that I'm doing if you yourself isn't doing anything.
Right. Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So that hate is real. If somebody's talking about you, oh, you think yeah, I'm working. What you doing?
Yeah.
Like, you coming out to work? You gonna come out? You understand what I'm saying? And people think, like, growing up in Harlem has been the home of nightlife since day one, 1920, 1930. You know what I'm saying? They had, the other people coming up in these special cabs to come uptown to Harlem,
Yeah.
to experience our nightlife,
Mhm.
our food,
Mhm.
our art. You
Yep.
understand what I'm saying? So yeah, it's rare. This is rare. This is, the most precious stone. And the fact of the matter, and I'm gonna say this, because I don't want to run off on a tangent. In 1938, Minton's opened by its founder, Henry Minton. He literally created a spot in Harlem that was so unique. Bebop was born. There was a painter, his name was Mr. Graham. He literally painted one painting in there, 1948,
Mm.
10 years after they opened. Literally, 70 years later, a new piece of art gets installed into the spot.
Mm.
The spot is a historical landmark. My first piece of art was installed, a tribute painting to Billie Holiday, Thelonious Monk, Henry Minton, and the gang of Minton who, helped to cultivate the jazz game during, the early 40s and all that, you know. And I just did a new art revamp for them and gave them three more paintings,
Wow.
So for me, like, my age bracket, being a painter, yeah, it's cool to sell paintings, but to become a part of history, I cut out a piece of my
Yeah.
own in Harlem.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, that's like the piece.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, Roosevelt BlackRose, he did, in this time,
Yeah.
these are his paintings and, it went up in this spot. And, the new jazz musicians get to see it, you know what I'm saying, and say, "Dang, I hope one day like somebody will paint mine like
Right.
that." You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just, for me, that's what it is, to have artwork. And I actually have artwork on every avenue in Harlem. So yeah,
Well, we got to take a trip
right.
because my grandmother is still on Frederick Douglass.
Sightseeing.
So,
I got artwork on there. Yup. Big Russ
so
Barber Shop. Nabe, yeah, all that.
I know we have some of your artwork actually here in the studio. So I was wondering if you could tell us who, what, where.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm saying if you from Harlem, you should know who this is. That's Eric Vaughn's, some of the biggest names in music, the entertainment life into Harlem, you know what I'm saying? And, that's what it's about in Harlem. Everybody got their gift, their talent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he was the gift, the gab, the brain. It wasn't no muscle, nah, but yeah, he was a G, but, he was a businessman.
Right.
And, Harlem teaches you how to cultivate on a business. If a person in Harlem say they broke, that's because they lazy. Because Harlem is the
Ooh.
home of hustle.
You gotta say that again.
You know what I'm saying? If you
You
see
guys.
if you from Harlem and you say you broke, then you lazy. Because like Harlem is open 24 hours a day. Harlem's never closed.
Yeah.
There, you can always get liquor. You
Yep.
can always get a sandwich. You can actually get a full course meal in the middle of the night in Harlem. You understand what I'm saying? Whether the halal truck or the corner store, it don't matter. You understand what I'm saying? Harlem don't sleep at all. You understand? It's a unique monster. It's a unique monster. And
Nice.
then we got the little island feel. When I
Second
be on
one.
my little island, just a little variation. You know what I'm saying?
Like
Of
it, like it.
what we do, because there are many styles and many forms of art. Like I said, I don't in the game there's a lot of nonsense. There's a lot of nonsense. The powers that be, they choose who they want and then they'll make them famous. But that's at a cost. It's at a cost of your reputation,
Yeah.
meaning I discovered you. So every time that someone talks about you, they say, oh, this was the person that discovered this person, this, that, and the
Mm.
third. No, I got discovered because I worked hard. My artwork is in, I got it into the right spots. You understand what I'm saying? Like, people took notice. Oh, yeah, we like that. Yo, we want you to, but for someone to come and say, "Oh yeah, I want to put your artwork," and I've had that happen. Oh, I want to
Yeah.
put your artwork in the gallery. Really? Hmm. Oh well, which one? Because I've already done like 300 by myself.
Wow.
So what we gonna do? So what gallery exhibit will we try? I need to get to the MoMA or
Mm.
something like that. Can you help me get there? Because like don't think you gonna rent no space out and then get no money off my back because
Right.
that's not gonna happen.
Right.
If it's not a legitimate space, nah, we not gonna do that. I could do that myself. If you want to get down and be an investor, that's a different story.
Mm. Why are you looking at me like that? So, um, what would you say to the artists out there that maybe stopped the art for whatever reason, whether it's financial or maybe they lost their drive of being creative? What would you say to those people?
Hmm. If you lost your drive, you need to figure out how to find it back. Whatever it is, take a moment, get away from who you're with, and most of the time, that's really what it is, man. The people around you can, defer or deter your dream. You know what I'm saying? Life is life. People say, "Oh, you can't take this much time to do that," but it's just like when you see the little memes of the dudes digging for the diamonds and the gold, like you right there, and then you let that person tell you to stop, and then the breaking point was right there. The gold, the money, everything, the new life was right there, and they make you
Mm.
walk away. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes you might have to be a loner in this world in order to get ahead because of the naysayers. The naysayers, oh homie, you can't do that. Oh, why you think you should do that? Why you think you able to do that? Nah, listen, if those are the type of individuals in your circle, get them away from you
Yeah.
because they're not going to be nothing, and they don't want you to be nothing. So that's not even a good comparison. You know what I'm saying? For you to even put that into your surrounding.
Yeah.
Point blank.
Period.
Right. Real talk.
What you got going on coming up?
Right
You
now
have
I'm
any events
on.
that you would like to invite me to?
Well, we gonna have some joints down at the Playboy Club in a minute. You know what I'm saying? We could get you on down there. Probably get a lot.
Come remember.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, work on that. Work on that. I'm doing Cloud Surface Studios right now, or Media Center. Good friend of mine, childhood friend. He's about to launch his new studio. So
Nice.
I'm doing some artwork in there for him. The Sip and Paint, winter session is about to start. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And I got something to really say about that, man. I hate just about 80% of all the paint and sip instructors because y'all can't draw. You can't paint. Y'all out here pre-drawing the canvases, or y'all not even giving full structure to
What?
the situation. You understand? Like it's cool. Like even they got the one with the strippers and all that. I don't even get that. That's not a sip and paint.
What?
Yeah, they got sip and paint with the strippers now. So it's like, yo, that's like I get it, you're mixing it up, but still in all, if you're gonna attach the arts to it, man, at least give a good lesson. You understand?
I'm done.
Whenever anybody comes to one of my sip and paints, you get a general idea of what it is that you're doing, why you have these colors, what are we gonna be, what are we gonna be doing? We're gonna be blending, you know, color blending, mixing on the palette or mixing in the eye, whatever have you. When you leave, you're gonna leave with a little bit of knowledge that's gonna make you say, I think I could do this in the house. And then you're gonna try.
Or, because I've never been to a sip and paint, but I'm thinking you sipping. Are you really listening?
Yeah, I make sure
Are you
everybody's
really
listening.
focused
Yeah,
on?
everybody's focused.
Okay. So you like
Everybody's
before you
focused.
sip that, make sure you listen to
Yeah,
what
they
I'm
could
saying.
sip. I
Okay.
walk around. It's almost like being in school. You literally adults are the worst. They're just like kids when they start drinking. There's one person that always wants to do what they want to do,
It's
and it's
always
just
that
like
one.
what I mean. And it's cool, because they take the funny thing. Those are the creative ones. Every time their painting comes out better than everybody that was paying attention.
Interesting.
Like they be in the corner, just I hear you. And then
Mm,
I look, I'm like, but that ain't, what, go ahead, just do you, and then by the time they finish, they have added to what I did and created their
mm.
own masterpiece. You
Ooh,
understand what I'm saying?
right.
Art is always therapeutic, you know what I'm saying? Because you never know what a person, is going through
That's
or
right.
whatever. So the art itself, helps to push out the frustrations of, whatever it is that may be going on.
Right.
So.
Wow. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Any last words for our viewers, our listeners?
Listen, man, just keep your mind free. Keep your mind free, and you should be fine. Keep your mind free.
Nice. Signing out, Roosevelt, not Roosevelt.
No, Black Rose. Black Rose. And we out.
Black Rose and NikiMarie. Thank you guys for tuning in to Leadership and Readership Hour. Hopefully, you guys are watching on YouTube live stream. Make sure you click the notification bell so you can know when I'm going to be back on live.